Yesterday when we met in our last lecture, we had completed these topics: non-aligned movement, open skies treaty and Gilgit-Baltistan issues. All these 6 topics belong to May month international relation current affairs. But these 3 topics were remaining. So today in this lecture we will be completing border disputes between India and Nepal, border disputes between India and China, and the third topic will be new security law in Hong Kong, which is very much in news. First topic is India-Nepal territorial dispute. I will read everything, no worries, but first of all, understand the story behind this. First of all, I want to tell you the border between India and Nepal. See, this is starting from Uttarakhand, and ending at Sikkim. This is the border between India and Nepal. Very porous border, open border. We can transmigrate between India and Nepal without passport and visa. 1751 km is length, and our security forces which look upon this border is Sahastra Seema Bal SSB. So by seeing this map, can you tell me the states which share border with Nepal? Can you please tell me in the comment section that which states of India share a boundary with Nepal? Now story is that when India published its new map, because India created 2 union territories, right? 2 union territories out of a state of Jammu and Kashmir with the act. So after that India published a new map of India, okay? Updated map. That updated map included Kalapani Territory. Kalapani Territory lies in Uttarakhand according to India, and according to Nepal it is the part of Nepal's territory. Once India published this map, Nepal also came out with a map. They published a map in which Kalapani was shown as part of Nepal, and not only Kalapani, there is an area between Bihar and Nepal, that is Susta area. That Susta region also was shown as part of Nepal in Nepal's updated map. So India protested over it, and from then there are diplomatic conflicts, and some people say that there was some firing on Indian people by Nepalese forces also. Can you see this map? This is Kalapani Territory. This, the red one, is Kalapani Territory, and this name Kalapani comes from Kalapani river. India says that this Kalapani Territory is part of Uttarakhand and part of Pithoragarh district in Uttarakhand. Nepal says that Nepal has this province here. Can you see? Sudur Paschim. In Sudur Paschim there is one district, Darchula. So Nepal's map is like this, that this territory belongs to Darchula district. So this area, can you see that? This area is only expanded in this map. According to India, Pithoragarh. According to Nepal, Darchula. According to India, Uttarakhand. According to Nepal, Sudur Paschim. So this is the conflict. Now who is administering this area? India is administering. India is administering from a very long back time. From the British time only there was Treaty of Sugauli. Treaty of Sugauli interpretation according to Nepal and India is different. India says that according to Treaty of Sugauli this region falls in Uttarakhand, and Nepal says that no, this region falls in Nepal. After the war of 1962, to secure our borders, we had sent our forces here. And from then we are having a very, very good control over this area. That time King of Nepal agreed that okay fine, this is for security, but now we are administering this area as part of Pithoragarh district. Now come to this map for understanding the topic fully. This area has been expanded. This triangular area is Kalapani area. For understanding the Kalapani dispute, first we need to look upon what is Kalapani. Can you see this river? This is Kali, Mahakali or Sharda river, or you can say Kali river. This Kali river originates from Kalapani. Okay. Here you can see. Here it is coming, the blue one. Okay. So India says that source of the river is situated here. India says that the source of the river is situated here, and because this Kalapani divides India and Nepal, so our territory lies along this. The western part and north part of the territory lies in India, because source of the river is situated here where we have Lipu Lake Pass. Now by administering this area, India gets Lipu Lake Pass, India gets Kalapani, and India gets this, can you see, Limpua Dura Pass. All of these belong to India. Nepal says that no, this Kalapani river does not originate near the Lipu Lake Pass. It originates from Limpua Dura Pass. There comes a river, Kuthi river. Nepal claims that, so because this Kalapani originates from this area, so now make this region as the boundary and go from here and give this entire land to Sudur Paschim's Dharchula district. So that is the conflict, and this is the whole area is disputed area. So now India is having Lipulekh Pass, India is having Limpiadura Pass, and India is having this Gunji. Gunji is the place where Kuti river meets Kalapani river. Okay. Now here is one Tinker Pass. So once India had this territory, Nepal is going to Tibet or China through this Tinker Pass. So Nepal has this Tinker Pass. India has all these three locations. And Nepal claims that Limpiadura Pass belongs to Nepal. Kalapani river origin belongs to Nepal. Here, this one, okay, a small origin. And the Lipulekh Pass also belongs to Nepal. So that is the entire conflict. This entire conflict is dependent on interpretation of Treaty of Sugauli done between Nepal and British India. There was a war, and after that there was a treaty, because before that this Nepali Gorkha people were administering, or you can say they were suppressing the people of Uttarakhand. So once they fled from there, Uttarakhand, so we had this Treaty of Sugauli, and India says that according to Treaty of Sugauli, entire Kalapani region belongs to India. Nepal says that no, Treaty of Sugauli says that entire Kalapani region belongs to Nepal. So Nepal once published this updated map of Nepal. They did not only include Kalapani territory in their own map, they also included Susta region. Now the Susta region is very interesting. Can you see this map? This is the Nepal's map, and here lies Bihar. Along Bihar and between Nepal comes a river. That river is Gandak river, very famous, which meets Ganga in probably Patna. This Gandak river with time has been changing its course. It was decided that Gandak river will make the boundary between India and Nepal, but with time this Gandak river coming from Nepal is shifting towards the western side. So more it shifts towards the western side, more territory India gains. So Nepal says that this is practically wrong. India says that no, it was in treaty that Gandak river will make the boundary. So no matter geographically your region, your river is shifting northward and westward, so more territory comes in India, we will administer it. And that is the Susta region. With time, within 100 years, Susta region has come into India. If you see the map of Nepal, this province of Nepal is Nepal province number 5. Nepal has 7 provinces probably, 5 provinces, probably 5 or 7 maybe. Yeah, sorry, according to the new constitution of Nepal, Nepal has 7 provinces. This province is province number 5, Sudur Paschim province, I already told you. Other provinces are like Karnali, Gandaki, Bagmati, province number 1 and province number 2. These are 7 provinces of Nepal. Nepal says that Susta region belongs to province number 5 in their district, West Naval Parsi district. India says that no, this belongs to Bihar's West Champaran district. So that is the conflict. Now currently who is administering it? There is conflict. Nepalese police also and Indian police also are administering it, and the people also say that they belong to Nepal. Some people say that they belong to India. Can you see this map? Earlier your Gandaki river used to flow along this black line. So that included Susta in Nepal, but now this has shifted. I said okay, I said that way. Yeah, I said that it is shifting towards western side, right? So it has shifted. You can see previously it was here, now the river flows through here, westward shifting, northward shifting. So this region now comes along the left bank of the Gandaki river or Narayani river. Once it comes in left bank, that belongs to India now. So this is the two areas conflict between India and Nepal. Now come to our lecture. So Nepal has released a new political map. Now everything will be very easy to understand. So new political map of Nepal claims that Kalapani, Limpiadura, okay, from where the Kuti river originates, you know already now. Kalapani, Limpiadura and Lipulekh of Uttarakhand as part of Nepal's territory, it was shown in the map. Also the area of Susta, which is present in West Champaran district of Bihar, is also present in Nepal's new map. So these two areas are disputed areas. Also you should know that from Darchula, Lipulekh Pass link road, India is creating Darchula, Lipulekh Pass link road. In fact, you saw that area, Gunji, where the Kuti river meets Kalapani river. From Gunji to Lipulekh, we are creating a road. And you can understand that Lipulekh Pass is just situated near the Tibet. Once we make this road very good constructed road, we can go to Kailash Mansarovar very easily in a very short span of time, because Nathula Pass in Sikkim used to take more time. In Nathula, you will go like this, right? From Sikkim to the north, Tibet, and there you meet Kailash Mansarovar. From Uttarakhand, you just have to go from Gunji to Lipulekh and you are in Tibet area near the Mansarovar. So India says that We are making a road from Gunji to Lipulek, or you can say Darchula Lipulek Pass link road, and that road cuts through Kalapani area. Here the Nepal is raising questions. Okay, why you are constructing a road that territory belongs to us? You are not taking our permission also. India is saying that no, this is internal matter. Internal matter. Lipulek belongs to us. Gunji belongs to us. So we are constructing a road, not a problem. The thing is that by creating this road, India will also have an easy access to China in the case any military conflict arises. Here also you can see the map. Kalapani, Lipulek, okay. And this area is current boundary. Nepal says that no, give us this entire area. And Sigoli Treaty and everything I told you already. Achha, Sigoli Treaty was done in 1816. Also this Kalapani area is at a very high elevation, and Darchula and everything is at a very high elevation. Once we have access of Lipulek, Kalapani and everything, we can have a vantage point above Chinese army. So that is a very beneficial thing for army also. And this is a tri-junction area, right? Here we have China or Tibet, here Nepal, and here India. So this is a tri-junction area. So why this issue is not settling? There are various reasons. There are some political reasons and there are some real reasons, and there is China factor also. Issue in settling this border dispute is one is China factor. You know the recent political map issued by the Nepali government, that is seen as an influence of China because the public demand was not that much. But China and Nepal are getting close really after 2015 blockage of Nepal's passes through India of fuel and everything. Nepal has a very good relation developing with China. Nepal thinks that in case India does anything to them, in case India does any economic blockage, only China can help. But that is another matter, that Chinese port and everything is situated at just very high long distance, and getting anything to Nepal from China is really very problematic and very complex and very costly also. So that is not happening nearby anyway. So still China and Nepal are developing good relations. They started conducting joint army and military exercises also. But the real reason is political. Political reason is that Nepalese government is also communist government. Chinese government is also communist government. So there is some nearness. Recently China is opening a port facility to Nepal and providing access to Trans-Himalayan Railway. That will be a part of One Belt, One Road initiative only. That is the thing bothering India also. Then interpretation of boundary. Again I told you the Treaty of Sugauli. India says that Kali river is the boundary, Kalapani river is the boundary. Nepal says that no, that Kuti river is the boundary, Limpiadura is the boundary. Also there is varying interpretation of Susta region also, that Gandaki river original situation, original position, or the changing course. Which one will be taken as the real one? Also there are neighboring countries of India which raise an objection over India's patronizing big brotherly attitude, that we will determine what you have to do. For example, India boycotted the SAARC meeting in Pakistan after the terrorist attack some years ago, and the other countries also followed. They did not have any independent decision. Just when India did not go, other countries also decided that they will not go. So this is somehow big brotherly attitude that bothers these countries. That creates a sense of insecurity, right? We are not on our own. We are not taking our decision, whether it's Bhutan or Sri Lanka or Nepal. They think that India's decision affects them also. Last reason is Nepal's internal politics. The Oli government is very much in danger and they are thinking that they might go. So they need some support from the public. They need to raise some issues so that public support is generated and they will get a political mileage. So that is the internal politics issue. And recently it has come to notice that the government is almost falling. What is the solution? Create a joint boundary demarcation committee, and that committee will determine which is the boundary, which is not. We will study the data scientifically, we will study the map scientifically, we will go in the historical agreements and everything and then analyze it, and then we can conclude everything. But this is very much different and very much difficult because no country wants to lose any territory. So I don't know how much our scientific study and boundary demarcation committees are going to help. But when you are writing an answer, you have to mention these things. Also, diplomatic conclusion. Now the second topic, India-China border dispute. This I think everybody knows now. First of all, I want to show you the India-China border. You see here line of control, line of actual control LAC that was created during 1962 war. Wherever the armies stopped fighting, during the war, that line became line of actual control. So this is western sector line of actual control. We have Aksai Chin here occupied by China and claimed by India. Above Siachen Glacier, can you see this small region? That is Sakcham Valley. Now this Sakcham Valley is presently administered by China. India claims this valley. Why? Because previously it was part of Jammu and Kashmir. When Pakistan occupied our territory, later after some decades they ceded this territory to China. So now India says that originally it belonged to India. Now Pakistan occupied this territory and ceded this to China, but the original owner of this land is India. Then comes this disputed area a little bit in your Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. There are many incursions here also. They come with the tent, occupy our territory, then they sometimes after some time they go back. This is happening again and again. Then Nepal, no boundary, and then comes our boundary with China in Sikkim sector. Can you see this a small portion here? Then Bhutan, again no boundary, and from the end of this Bhutan on the eastern side starts this McMahon line. China does not agree to this McMahon line because China says that this McMahon line was created by a meeting between Bhutan, British India, and China says that this meeting was not having China as a participant, so we will not agree to this McMahon line. And so Arunachal Pradesh, entire Arunachal Pradesh is claimed by China while we are administering it and holding it very well. India-China boundary is almost 3500 km. Now focus our attention to only Ladakh area where we are having a dispute with China recently. On the northernmost point here we have Daulat Beg Oldie. There was Chinese incursion in this region and we are having confrontation between Chinese and Indian army in this Daulat Beg Oldie area. Then comes here, you can see the map, I am marking it, Galwan Valley. You know very well about Galwan Valley, what happened that night. Below that, here we have a lake. That lake is Pangong So. That lake is Pangong So and it has many finger areas according to the mountain ranges. I have uploaded one video also on Evolution IAS. You can see that understanding finger area. Chinese army has come along fourth finger area. India claims the almost more finger areas in that is occupied by China during 1962 war, and we have the LAC, but India claims this entire region. So we are claiming more finger areas, but Chinese army has recently come to fourth finger area, which we were administering very well after 1962 war. That is why there is one conflict. And below that we have Demchok. So these four locations 1, 2, 3 and 4, I will name them again. First one is Daulat Beg Oldie. Second one is Galwan Valley. Third one is Pangong So area. And the fourth one is Demchok. All these four locations are having, from May 2020, are having problem of confrontation between Chinese army and Indian army. Now come to our lecture. The border tension between China and India come to the forefront once again following the ongoing standoff that is confrontation between India and China in the North Sikkim and Ladakh region across the line of actual control. In North Sikkim also there is some confrontation, but not that much. Recently the news is more about Ladakh region along line of actual control. Line of actual control is not the real boundary, not demarcated boundary. This is just a ceasefire line where the army just stopped during the 1962 war. Otherwise India is claiming the entire Aksai Chin region, but the line of actual control is here only. So how can this be the real boundary? So see, the LAC, line of actual control, is divided in three sectors: western, middle and eastern. And some people say that only the Ladakh area is the line of actual control and the eastern sector is just McMahon line. So there are varying interpretation. If we take western, middle and eastern sector, all those as line of actual control, then the western sector belongs to Ladakh. And also during the British time, this area, can you see the Kashmir map, a small map? During the British time, a line was drawn that was called Johnson line. Here it was. According to the Johnson line, this Aksai Chin area belonged to India. This line was proposed in 1860, but China does not agree to this line. China says that no, there is no Johnson line, we do not agree to that, our line falls here. And this line also was created by British only, but that meeting was not having India. China and some British officer agreed and they said that this line. So British only created the problem. First they said the Johnson line, then they said this line. And this line, the other British officer who created this line, that was MacDonald line. So China says that McDonald line is the boundary. India says that no, this Johnson line is the boundary. So this is the western sector conflict. In the middle sector, you have Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. I showed you the map. These here the disputes are very minor. Sometimes they will come with the tent, then they will go back. Here India and China also have exchanged maps, and broadly they agree that this is fine. Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand are not having the problem. The disputed boundary in the eastern sector, Arunachal Pradesh is Sikkim. In Sikkim is the McMahon line. In McMahon line is in Arunachal Pradesh only. In Sikkim we do not have border dispute with China very much. The last problem, Doklam issue, was actually the problem of Bhutan. But because India is responsible for safety and security of Bhutan, India also got involved. But that conflict belonged to actually Bhutan and China. In Sikkim we do not have that much conflict. Real problem lies in Arunachal Pradesh, that is McMahon line. This McMahon line was decided in 1914, and as I told you, this involved India, that is British India, okay, before independence. Tibet, because Tibet was not occupied by China that time, and China it is written, yeah, you should cut this. This is actually McMahon line, this is Bhutan actually. This was done in Shimla. In that conference, China boycotted it. China did not participate, and that is why China does not agree to the McMahon line. So why this May 2020 eventually and very suddenly these topics come? Why China is coming in May 2020 only with that much huge force and everything that many of our army jawans are martyred? Because first of all, China is frustrated with reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir. China thinks that if you are making Ladakh union territory, that will mean that the central government will be directly ruling the Ladakh territory. So tomorrow they will try to take over the Aksai Chin also. Also, I showed you in the map that there is one location, Daulat Beg Oldie. Recently, India has constructed a very good road along a river, that is Shyok River. And that along the Shyok River, India has made a road from Ladakh region, from Ladakh Leh area, district Leh to your Daulat Beg Oldie. Previously, there was no Pakka road, and anything we had to send to our army post in Daulat Beg Oldie, we needed aircraft. But how much man and material you can send from aircraft, you think? You need roads, right? Once India constructed this road last year, China got frustrated that maybe tomorrow India will take over the territory of the Aksai Chin. Also, China is a very good friend of Pakistan. So Pakistan might be involved in it. No, you secure and make your area safe and also give us some territory. There is one psychological reason. It is being said that China is being blamed for COVID-19 outbreak. Everybody says that. There is global backlash against China because they mishandled COVID-19. Even when India was very cautious in their approach towards China, they were not blaming China directly. But still China thinks that no, India is blaming them, so let us do something against India. Because there was a resolution in World Health Assembly. That resolution demanded that we will do a fair probe about the origin of coronavirus, whether it is really natural or it was artificially created. This resolution was initially backlashed by China, but later when many countries agreed, China said that okay, we do not blame ourselves also, so we haven't done anything wrong, so just know the real reason, so we are also supporting the resolution. But before China could support this resolution, India had already supported this resolution. So that was a trigger point. People say that China was getting frustrated with India's position against China in this resolution of the World Health Assembly, where there was a demand of fair probe in the origin of coronavirus, COVID-19 virus. The most important reason, recently India has come very close to US. They are conducting joint exercises. They are conducting military exercises in the South China Sea. India has good relation with Japan also. And coming close to USA means agreeing to the USA's protest over South China Sea, Hong Kong issue and the current COVID-19 issue. Last reason I already told you, infrastructure development along the LAC, the road construction. So haven't we there any attempts to resolve the issue? See, many military officers meet, diplomatic talks happen, and this has started happening from the Rajiv Gandhi's era only. What happened after 1962 war, there was huge trust deficit between India and China. Starting from Rajiv Gandhi's era, we had so many talks with China. In fact, Rajiv Gandhi visited China, and after the 1962 war, it was the first prime minister's meeting to China. Visit to China. And there only we had set up a joint working group to dissolve the border dispute, and we wanted to create a map. But this has started happening, so many meetings conducted. Till now, there has been no consensus, no decision on the border. When Narasimha Rao came, he took some further steps. In 1993, the agreement on maintenance of peace and tranquility along the line of actual control was conducted, signed up by both India and China, by the expert diplomatic and military officers. In 1996 came the agreement on confidence building measures in the military field along the LAC, that we will build confidence towards each other. And in 2003, during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee time, two special representatives, one each from India and China, were appointed to find a political solution to the border dispute. The solution has not come till now. Till 2009, these two special representatives has held 17 rounds of talks, but it seems they have not made any headway. Our last topic is new security law in Hong Kong. For understanding this new security law implications, first we need to understand how this Hong Kong and Macau came in China and how they are being administered. First of all, you should know that formerly during the British time, colonial time, Hong Kong and Macau, Britain was having Hong Kong as the colonial area, and Macau was with Portuguese territory. Portuguese colonial rule was happening in Macau and British colonial rule was happening in Hong Kong. Later, both of these territories were transferred to China. But then China is not administering this entire area, Macau and Hong Kong, fully. They have half control. That is a special administrative area that was done in British agreement. Okay. Hong Kong was formerly a British colony and was handed over to mainland China only in 1997 and became one of its special administrative regions. So what is second special administrative region? That is Macau. That was given to China by Portuguese. So having a special administrative region and having half control over it, what is that? That is one country, two systems. Because for Hong Kong and Macau, China has mini constitution. That mini constitution is called basic law. So why this basic law came? Why China agreed? Because constitutional document is a product of 1984 Sino-British Joint Declaration. Under the Sino-British, that means China-British Joint Declaration, China promised to honor Hong Kong's liberal policies, system of governance, independent judiciary and individual freedom for a period of 50 years from 1997. So for 50 years they are bound. Why this happened? Because China was a communist country and this Hong Kong region and the Portuguese region Macau both were administered by European countries. So the people were having very much freedom, democracy, independent judiciary and everything. So Britain, situated far away from Hong Kong, thought that okay, fine, we can't rule this region, but at least we can we can get some promise from China that human rights will be conserved. So China agreed that for 50 years we will follow this. But now there are happening some protests because China wants to have full control over this territory. In that full control process only, China has drafted a new security law in Hong Kong. For drafting a new security law in Hong Kong, China needs to make some amendment in basic law. Okay, basic law or the mini constitution for the special administrative regions. So a draft legislation, this is in draft stage. First of all, that time when the news came, it was draft stage. Now it is in very act stage or something. So you should Google for that. So this draft legislation was on national security and it was tabled before China's parliament, and that will allow Beijing or China to draft a national security law for Hong Kong. Okay, and also operates its national security organs in it. So mainland national security organs can be operative in Hong Kong area now by that amendment. So why the people are protesting over this new security law? Because this law seeks to criminalize secession. If Hong Kong tomorrow says that, Hong Kong people say that they want to get separated from China, it will be a criminal offense. Subversion, terrorism, foreign interference in Hong Kong also. So tomorrow if USA interferes in Hong Kong, that will be punishable criminal offense. Now the Chinese forces will also come. Law enforcement agency, that means police and everything from China side will come in Hong Kong. The city has already their safeguard by national security forces according to the mini law. But now the Chinese forces from the mainland will come, having more control over Hong Kong area. So once the next protests start happening or the protests which are happening now, the people will be punished. That is the main purpose of this mini constitution amendment or new security law. Currently, if you join the protest, control is by local laws. But now if you join the protest, control will be by Chinese law, Chinese enforcement agencies. This will weaken the promise also. One country, two system of 50-year promise starting from 1997. That promise will be weakened. And Hong Kong's extensive freedom, autonomy and independent legal system and judiciary, everything can be compromised. That is the concern. So with this, we will end the lecture here. See you tomorrow.